Elastigirl, aka Mrs. Incredible, from the Incredible movies, has a comic continuity like the rest of the characters, a comic universe or comic continuity that has similar events as the movies in their continuity as well. I mean, the comics kind of explain everything similar to the main continuity from the movies. Same powers, Elastigirl got the same power, the ability to bend and stretch, twist in any form. Characters and villains in the movies even are brought up in the comics. They at least went through the same continuities as the main continuity selves. That's why you see Elastigirl doing the same stuff she usually does, stretching, repping, covering this guy's eyes, using herself as a tripwire, act like a parachute to slow stuff down like in the movies. She does this with roller coasters. She's consistently portrayed to be like a rope thinning type of character. Like she can even slip into the circuitry of stuff to bust it up from the inside like this robot. So when you look at her stretch, this may not look like the most impressive thing looking in, but her elasticity, her stretching, you could say, is the reason why she can hit so hard. Because you know how rubber objects work? If you pull a piece of rubber band back and then like sling it at somebody, it can sting them really bad, right? Think of her like this, but just imagine a giant rubber band person that's over 120 pounds. Her slinging her rubber band body at somebody, a piece of rubber band that weighs over 100 pounds. Imagine how hard that hit would feel. On top of the fact her power is really good for binding characters or robots. And it's really good for a person that has really good battle IQ like her. That's why in situations where her super strength is kind of lacking, she can still help out even if she lacks super strength. On the level of somebody like Mr. Incredible, for example, like these pillars were about to fall, she wrapped around it to keep it from falling. You can get an idea of how strong she is by how she can lift up beings off the ground, showing her muscles alone aren't normal. I mean, just like her movie self, you could say she could support a lot of weight because of her stretchy ability, like holding up this RV with her kids in it. But then she can kind of whiplash her limbs to slingshot her fist into you to make her hits harder. That's why she's able to bust villains' noses with her punches. I mean, when she can take out guards without having much leverage, her hit is still that hard. Enhanced type beings like this gorilla being, her strikes are putting in work against these bots, and can just make her hands big enough to tear off the top of this palm tree. So it's implied she can increase the mass of her limbs. So I would say she's pretty similar to her main continuity self, with similar histories, with some extra feats from the comics, when it comes to how hard she can just hit or punch. But similar to her movie self, this missile explosion she literally got temporarily knocked out from in the movies. I would say this probably would go for her comic self too, based on the information we got. She absorbed all the damage to where her kids didn't get knocked out, but she did. She didn't stay knocked out long though. Her reflexes are pretty quick. She instantly swatted these bombs back at Bon Voyage. She's quick enough to where all these missiles are heading towards her. Her and Mirage, yeah, she's always being mean to Mirage. You see how she does all these actions before these missiles land. It's pretty quick. She more than likely has similar speed to her movie self, who can react to supersonic beings like her own son. When he was mid-blitz, she was able to react to him. So honestly, if you respect her in the main movies, comics shouldn't be no different. Same stuff, you know, just reiterate it. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for the donations. Respect Elastigirl, Miss Incredible. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.